NBC10 breaking news.
20 minutes of nonstop news begins with breaking news. A Villanova University football player is in jail right now, accused of trying to sexually assault a student on campus. The arrest follows a string of sexual assault reports on campus. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jacqueline London.
And I'm Tracy Davidson. Investigators do not believe this suspect is involved in the other sex attacks we first told you about last week. NBC10's Rosemary has been working this story all day. She's live at the courthouse in media. What have you been able to find out, Rosemary?
Well, Tracy and Jacqueline, the district attorney tells me the allegations outlined here in this affidavit are disturbing. He says the young woman who came forward is brave. Now take a look. This is the suspect we're talking about. This is the sophomore football player from Villanova University, Elijah Solomon. Here's what we know. The alleged incident happened back in September of 2019. According to the affidavit, he tried to force himself onto another student, a young woman, inside of his dorm room. According to the affidavit, he pinned her to the bed. He had both of her hands behind her, pushed up behind her. He was kissing her face and her neck and insisting they have sex. She, according to the affidavit, said no. She did not give in to his advances. However, eventually said, let me get myself together. She got herself up. She tried to make a run for the door. And that's when, according to investigators, Solomon pulled her back to the bed and pinned her down. According to the district attorney, she was eventually able to free herself. In the affidavit, it says that she started to pray the Our Father, and at that point, Solomon threw her to the door and said, get out of here. Now, let me talk about the timeline in this case. As I mentioned, the alleged incident happened in September of 2019. According to the affidavit, this young woman told her RA 2 weeks later about the incident, but did not want to come forward and press charges. It wasn't until September of 2020, fall 2020, almost a year later, that she decided to talk to campus officials at Villanova, but wasn't ready to press charges. However, she did talk to the Delaware County District Attorney's Office just a few days ago on March 5th. Here's the DA himself explaining why she came forward now.
She decided to come forward because of recent events that have been highlighted at the university of other incidents. And so she decided to come forward, make sure we press criminal charges to defend other women who live in the same community she does.
And as you mentioned, Tracy and Jacqueline, the district attorney's office does not believe that this suspect, Elijah Solomon, is involved in those other incidents about sexual misconduct. The DA says those incidents are still being investigated right now. As for Elijah Solomon, he is being held on a $250,000 bail inside the county jail. My colleague, NBC10's Brandon Hudson, is working this side of the story from the campus of Villanova University, working to get reaction from students and also from the university itself. He'll have that part of the story coming up a little bit later on this afternoon in our newscast. Reporting live in media, Delaware County, I'm Rosemary Connors, NBC10 News.
Both you and Brandon working hard to get this information on this breaking news this afternoon. Rosemary, thank you.